All right, guys, welcome to Do the Thought Podcast, your real estate podcast that teaches the regular people how to invest in real estate. I am your host, Hamed Lawal, and my co host is Ibrahim. We are committed to bringing to you every Friday and how to, invest in real estate and how to make your investments in real estate seamless. So, if you are looking to learn and grow on how to invest in real estate, you are at the right place. So, keep in mind, this is not like we always say, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You need to put in the work, you know. Look at this as if it's just a call to action, so that way you can make informed decision. Ibrahim, it's another Friday. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. So today we want to talk about um, exit strategy. But first, we want to make sure you guys really participate in this podcast. We've been noticing that people come in and they go out. Trust us. This is a podcast that it is, it's going to provide value to you, people around you, your friend, your family. And keep in mind, we would like this to be an interactive session. We've been saying this. We want every one of us to be engaged in this podcast. May have said it all. It is not a get rich quick scheme, but believe us, these are practical and well proven strategy to grow your asset to become financially independent. Please drop your comment, concerns, or if you have any ideas that you want to share with us, we are open to learn from you. We don't know it all, and that, of course, you should. By now, you've seen that in our antecedent. We are here to provide valuable knowledge, practical ones, and so today I've already mentioned what we're going to be treating, which is exit strategy. Ahmed, what do you have for us?
Well, we have a couple of exit strategies in real estate. This is where a lot of people hit the panic button and says, I don't, I don't want people to stop paying. I don't want to fix toilets, all these sayings like yeah, this, like that is, a lot of misconception at this point. And here today, I'm very, very glad we are hitting this topic because we are going to be clarifying all that, and we are going to be stating all these exit strategies to our audience to let them know these are the option they have. They don't only have just one option. There are multiple options actually that existed for them. So without further ado, I would like us to jump into the first one, which is regular renter. So
Yeah.
let's say I find a property, I go through the process of negotiation, and now I already closed on this deal. You know, how do I proceed from here? So that is what exit strategies is. An exit strategy is something that you have to have in mind from the beginning, even before you are looking for a property. Exit strategy will guide you on your buy boss. You remember a few weeks back on this podcast, we mentioned what buy boss is. So if you are not understanding what we mean by buy boss, please and please go back to episode 4, where we talk about sourcing deals to learn more about buy box. So that's exit strategy is going to guide your buy box, and it's going to allow you to be able to know what you you are buying so that you make sure it fits into exactly what you are going to be doing with the property. So basically, if you are exit strategy is the goal. So the goal, you will have to have a goal in mind before you go to college, right? Okay, I want to go to college to graduate and be a computer scientist. I want to go to college to graduate and become a medical doctor. So the goal is the exit strategy. With effort, that is when you can achieve your goal. So effort is basically what we have been discussing all this while, finding deals, making sure you talk to experts, you build a relationship with lenders and stuff like that. So the goal is what we are going to be talking about today. uh Ibrahim, do you want to start us up by defining what regular renter is,
Yeah.
and the pros and cons, and that goes with regular renter before we move on to the other strategy?
Yeah. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So guys, we want you to know that when you want to buy a house, when you want to invest in real estate, you have to keep in mind, exit strategy. He had mentioned all the one of the exit strategy, which is rental, which is the regular leasing. We call it regular because it is the normal 1 year, 2 years leasing. Of course, you know what that entails, which is you have to pay down payment, you have to sign a lease agreement with the landlord. You have to the landlord will check your credit score, check your background check, look at your previous lease history, like rental history.
Yeah.
And I think some landlord will require you um, to get a rental insurance. All this comes with regular leasing. Why would somebody consider that? So regular leasing, it works well in some area, in some situation. For example, if you get a house, a pre-existing home, especially when you get like a good deal, like off market or on market, but below the actual, price. So technically, you're getting an equity even before you close on the house, and you are able to get a tenant that is paying, about the lease of that house. You are cash flowing about, 300 to 500 or $600 a month. With in that case, with that cash flow you are getting, for some people that's well enough. You're gonna have a steady, that is, first of all, I want to mention, if you have a good tenant, you're gonna have a steady and consistent income, which is something that a lot of people are craving, because not everybody can take, or not everybody have this high risk tolerance.
Yep.
We all
Yep.
know that the higher the risk tolerance, or the higher the risk associated with that deal, the more money you make.
That's it.
But not everybody wants to go that route.
Yep.
So if you want
Absolutely.
easy peasy, steady, consistent, reliable, you know continuous flowing income, a normal leasing might be the best idea, especially when you are able to cash flow. Because when that person signs the agreement, he or she will stay there a year or two, depending
Ideally,
on
yes.
what the agreement is. Yeah. And hopefully the person will keep paying the rent. That's the pros. Now let's look at the cons. The cons is, the person stop paying lease, or the
Yep.
person is not taking care of your property.
Yep.
But we don't want you to, when we look at the negative part of anything, we won't be able to move forward in life because everything has negativity attached to it. But you know what? The positive part of it is what we want you to, we want you to know about the negative, but the positive is what we want. We want it to drive you towards getting this your goal of being financially independent. You know, so in essence, the positive ones are something that you have to capitalize on it. Like know the negative one, but do not let that pull you back.
Yep.
About toilet clogging, about um, snow removal, and all those stuff like that. Tenant can do that. You just have to put in your lease agreement, incentivize some things for your tenant. When your tenant is doing good, they are living there for, let's say you get a tenant today, he or she lives there more than the lease agreement, which is, let's say, 2 years, and he or she is staying there more than, the agreement. This person is paying constantly. There's nothing wrong incentivizing. Like maybe one day you just give them a, appreciation card, drop a, maybe Christmas, drop some Christmas gift. There's nothing wrong doing that you know so relationship, real estate is all about relationship. When you have good relationship with your tenant, in most cases they will treat you right. Of
Yep.
course, I'm not saying definitely all of them will do that. No, you're always gonna have some funny tenants, but that's life.
Yep.
So in summary, the positive ones are are way more than the negative. So Ahmed, what are
Yeah.
the things that what are the things that you, based on your assessment, what are the things that is scaring people away from the regular leasing, like the normal rental?
Um, I will be talking from my experience, and I think the biggest thing is the move out to repairs. You
Oh,
know, move out to maintenance. For me, speaking from landlord perspective, you know, people thinks or quote unquote, feel like uh, the investments they are going to be making when the regular renter moved out is usually sweeping off their yearly cash flow.
yeah.
So that is why a lot of people, uh, young investors, go lean towards other form of uh, strategies to keep them from that, and also gain more cash flow. So which leads me to the next point actually. So we all know regular renter is steady. However, the cash flow is not as much as the rest. The only one that's regular renter probably do better than is Section 8. So every other form of exit strategy brings more cash flow. And as an investor, I mean, there are investors that invest for, you know, appreciation,
Mhm.
but I've never found any investor that doesn't invest for cash flow. So uh, cash flow is huge. So people like to see more cash flow. If they can invest little and get more cash flow, why not? So that is where the people draw the line for renter sometimes. Like I feel like I can get more
Mhm.
from from all these other strategies from regular renter. So that would be the two that pops into my head right now. I think there are more, but really move out maintenance is huge, and more cash flow is another reason. I haven't said that. I think let's go to the next strategy right now, which is
Okay.
midterm renting.
Yeah.
So for midterm renting, it is you furnish up uh, property
Hmm.
and putting them up for rent that way. So the length of the lease varies when it comes to midterm renting. There is a gray area to this. This is not like a perfect, you know, example or qualification for midterm renting. I have someone that reached out to me just yesterday wanting to rent my midterm renters, and he wants to stay there for 1 week. You know, so that's an example of, uh, someone that want to stay for 1 week. Midterm rental usually is from 30 days to 6 months. So 30 days to 6 months, it depends. It can go up to a year. That is why I said there's an argument that can be made around here, but that's not the point. We are trying to explain what the general idea is. So, midterm renting is basically renting to travel nurses. It's not only travel nurses, sometimes we have probably,
Professionals.
yeah, travel medical professionals, IT, construction workers, people that comes to your area for a certain period of time. The time is not long enough for them to go into 1 year lease or even buy their own house. And maybe they even have houses where they are coming from, so they just want somewhere to stay. They don't want to stay in an hotel. They just want somewhere safe for them to stay, work, and go back to where they came from. So this is where midterm rental comes into play. Where can you find this kind of people? I've talked on my YouTube uh, platform weeks before now. You can be found on Furnish Finder. There's a website called Furnish Finder. So that is one of the places you can find them. You can also liaise with, they call them relocation specialists in an insurance company. So what relocation specialist does is basically help people that their house become non-livable, or
Or got burnt.
yeah, they burn, just for so many other reasons they cannot stay in that house. you know Maybe there's a pipe burst, so they have to shut off the water in the house. Now the house, because
It's
nobody can stay in a house that
unlivable. Hmm.
non-livable again. So the insurance company have this relocation specialist in every insurance company
Yeah.
that find another house for this kind of a people to move into, while they take care of the issue that is happening in their house. That is another way you can find all these people, and they pay more than regular renter, because basically what they are bringing in is just their clothes and some necessity that they need. The bed is there for them already. You already have TV in your house. They can bring in some little things, but not as if like they are bringing their entire belongings to your house. So they pay more, and yeah, basically the only cons I see in midterm renting is upfront cost,
Yeah.
because you have to furnish the property, you have to make sure it's livable, you have to provide all the necessary things a person will need in a house. So basically that is what midterm renter is. Do you have any addition to that, Ibrahim?
I actually have a story about relocating, professionals that, yeah. All right. So my story is this. I think early last year, something like that, I received a call from this location experts. Like they called me, oh, we are social company, and we want to no, an agent called me. A real estate agent called me. My bad. So the real estate agent called me and said, okay, yeah, we saw your house on realtor.com. I give somebody your number. The person will call you, and they want to get the house. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So the person called me. He mentioned that company. I didn't pay attention enough to get that company. Um, so He told me, okay, my job, because the number was showing like a spam, like a private kind of thing. So I thought maybe, it was just all those regular people trying to,
Scam.
get you angry or scam you, something like that. So he said, so person. So he technically used their company number. So because they make a lot of calls,
Yep.
people might spam, like tag them spam, even though they're not really spam. Okay. Anyway, so he introduced himself and he said, okay, what we do is we settle people with whoever have like bonds and or water spill or like flooding or anything like that. We help them to get a house, accommodation temporarily, and when everything is settled, they'll move out. So am I trying to lease my place? I said, yeah, I'm trying to. Is it one or two level? I told him it's two level house. um then he said, "Oh yeah, that's good. That's what they're looking for. Do I allow pet?" I told him no pet. He said, "Okay. How much would I charge?" So I was thinking because at least I posted the house for like I think 1,650 per month, and he said, "Am I sure that's what I want to take?" I said, maybe a little more." He said, "Look, tell me whatever you want to take."
Yep.
I told him, okay, maybe 2,000. He said, are you sure that's what you want? I said, hold on, what's going on? Why this guy keep trying to get? So I started feeling like, okay, hold on. So how much you want to pay? He said, well, the thing is, I am a relocation or I think he said he's a relocation expert, like with Suso
Okay.
company. So my job is not really tell you how much, but whatever you want, as long as it's within the bracket, we're gonna pay. So I started feeling like, okay, hold on, am I short changing myself? Like,
Yeah.
do I need to increase this amount? I said, okay, what about you tell me a fair price? Say, I still cannot tell you. Just tell me how much you're gonna get. Okay. Then I was like, okay, can they pay 2,500? He said 2,005. Is that all you want to take? I said, yeah, that should be fair enough. I can take 2,500 for a month. I said yes. Then he asked me, what about do can they bring pet? I repeat again, no pet. He said, what about if they pay me for pet? I said, okay, yeah, how much you gonna pay? He asked me per night. How much you want to charge? I said per night. Then he kept trying to push me to say more money because the fact is they have more money in their tool to give out, especially when the repair is not too long. This repair is actually they've estimated 4 months. So if it was like a long time, fire rehab, they may not have that resources to pay that huge amount. But because
Yep.
it's so short, 4 months is not a big deal for them, and I think they have a stack of money that he can work with. But I don't know, and he's not allowed to really tell me what it is. But he's trying to make sure I'm okay because he knows because he has probably done it before with another landlord, so he knows that I was charging too little amount
Too
of
low.
money.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. So he kept trying to let me know that you can get more indirectly. Anyway,
Yep.
so we finalized everything to be 3,000. Okay. With the pet and everything. Even though I said no pet, but when he starts saying it,
Yeah. Yeah. It's negotiation. Well, as long
yes,
as it makes sense, let's do it.
yes. So, but you know what happened? He did not tell me, or he was not aware that the actual the client, the person he is trying to get a house for,
Yep.
needs a room downstairs. They need a single
Oh.
room because one of them she needs a special, it's a special need, like
Okay. They can't
all the
climb
wheelchair.
stairs.
Yeah, she need, yeah. So but the agent did not realize that. So we finalized everything. He said he would call me and all that, all hopes was high, and then the next day somebody called me. I am so son. I'm the son of the person who's gonna get your house. Um, uh, is the room downstairs? Is it big enough? I said, room downstairs. No, it's all rooms upstairs. All the rooms are upstairs. No, 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 no. I need a room downstairs because of this, because of that. Then I
Ah,
totally understood because that person that will be downstairs needs, it's easy access for that person
yep.
based on the,
That's right.
challenges. Okay. Anyway, long story short, I couldn't get the deal because
Wow.
the house, all the rooms are upstairs. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and all the rooms are upstairs. The two full bathroom are upstairs, and the half is down, and two living rooms and all that. But anyway, the deal fell through because I don't have a room downstairs.
So the
So,
go ahead. Sorry to
so,
cut.
so one thing that I kind of regretted is that even though the deal fell apart, I should have grabbed that guy full information.
Contact, yes.
Yes, like a way to connect with him and try to see, because who knows, somebody else might not care about the room downstairs, or or but yeah, I really felt like I messed up. So it was
So
a learning curve for me, because now if such opportunity comes my way, I would definitely capitalize on it. I would definitely use it right.
yep, that's correct.
Otherwise, yeah.
Basically, what I do is I go on LinkedIn and search for them, grab their name, their email, and stuff, then started reaching out if I have a place I want to fill up.
Oh, really?
But technically, lately, the all the units have been like the demand has been very very high, and there's no reason to be doing that anymore
Yeah,
because of the demand,
yeah.
but usually before, what I do is I reach out to them. Hey, I have so this is the description of the place, this is where it is. If you have anybody in the next time that is in need, so that is what I usually typically do.
Yeah. So you go
Another
there.
thing,
Okay.
yeah, another thing is, if the house that they are repairing, that they are relocating these people for, is like 100,000. This is like a general. It's not like a standard. It's general. The rent they can pay for that person per month is like 1,000. So if the house is worth 200,000, the rent that they need to be paying those people is about 2,000. So those people are probably in a house that worth 400,000.
It's a bigger, yeah, it's a bigger house, and they are ready to pay. Like, even you can tell, even the 3 grand that we agreed on, the guy, you can tell with his negotiation, that there's still a room to go more.
Yeah,
But it got to a point, I was like, okay, it's not just about this money,
yeah.
like,
You have
because
to build relationship.
he was the one that kept even prompting me to say, okay, do you need more? Is this okay? How much would you charge? So I was like, no, that's enough, because initially I listed the house for 1,000. I posted 1,650. So from that to 2,500, that's well
Yeah,
enough. So, and plus the $500 for pet, that makes it 3,000 a month. You know,
yeah.
and I don't have to furnish the place because the place was empty then.
Yep. That's
So
another thing with relocation specialists. They will furnish the place, and at the end of the day, they can use 6,000 to furnish the place up. And guess what? When they are moving now, they're probably gonna say, Ibrahim, give us 2,000, and we leave everything behind.
yeah, actually, he told me that all the blind will stay for free.
Yeah.
He said the only thing, the furniture might leave, but all the blind is free.
They are not even gonna take because they are gonna go auction it anyway. And if you offer them 2,000, you
Yeah,
save them money to move it, you save
yeah,
them labor, you save, so they're gonna take it. So without further ado, let's move on, Ibrahim.
yeah, yeah,
Let's talk about short-term renting.
yeah,
I really appreciate you sharing the experience of relocation
yeah,
specialists, because now people can see that you and I have never talked about this
yeah,
before.
yeah,
So now I just mention it, and let people know this is a thing. So it's not as if we are just coming and bringing unrealistic
yeah, yeah.
uh, experience to you guys. You guys need to realize that these are things that is happening every day, and we are doing it every single day. So from Ibrahim experience, that's solidify what I just mentioned. Let's go into short time renting. I know you are big in short time as well. Let us know, let our audience know what is short time renting, and what are the platform out there they can use, and what is the pros and cons.
Yeah, so short term, truly a place where someone can come in and, you know, stay for a day, two, three, four, five, um, and up to like 1 or 2 months. But sometimes it goes to 3 months. I've seen 3 months stay before.
Yeah.
But short term, it's really like a quick, you know, um, stage. Most of the time, is for vacation, is for tourism, is for, just to greet someone or come for occasion or, trying to attend event, short
Yep.
event. But we are seeing people that, usually go to midterm. Sometimes they are coming to short term,
Yep.
because I've experienced some contractors come over to, my property and just stay for 3 months.
Yep.
Um, and also something I need to mention: some people come to short term for medical treatment.
Yep.
Like maybe a week or two, elective surgeries.
Yep.
He or she may be, that person may be living in California, and is coming to IU. What is my daughter is trying to? Come on, excuse me. Come on. So that person may come to IU for treatment, and so that person will stay in, the property for just for those days. Short term is good because you have a lot of cash flow
Yep.
in most cases, depending on how you furnish it, how beautiful, attractive it's looking. Short term, um, it's it helps you preserve your property. That's one of the benefit, because you are able to go after, like, inspect and observe, inspect and assess your property after that person, the guest leaves.
Okay.
um if there's any damage, such a person, you can get a repair cost, get a contractor, and if that person did not comply, Airbnb can also. Why are you doing that? I'm doing a podcast right now. So
Hey, how are you? We're gonna greet later, okay, Abida?
we
We
are
greet
doing
later,
podcast. I will
okay?
greet later, okay? So, the anyway, if there's any damage, if the person declined to pay, Airbnb can help you on that. Um, so the good thing about short term, you you get more cash flow. The income, it can be very marvelous. Sometimes when somebody just book for like, 29, 21 night to get a lot of cash flow, it's, of course, you have some costs like internet bill, light bill, water bill, furniture. If you buy with credit, you have to be making some payment and all that. Even with all that, when your business is thriving well, short term gives you the maximum or the highest return
Yep.
compared to other kind of strategies, investing strategies. And it is what again? Those are the benefit, but
Is there any cons to it?
yeah, these are the cons. The cons is that it is not as consistent as short and normal regular listen. When I say consistent, like, for example, one of my house is empty now, the other is still occupied. Now the one that is empty, I may not find someone until next 3 days. But when I find someone, what they pay in most cases is still covers the empty, like
Yep.
those that are.
It still cover the vacancy time.
Yes. So that's one thing with short term. The other con is that if you set up short term with like some website, let's say like new website, like what a booking.com. One of the side effects, so with booking.com, your find your account, your bank account, and your payment system won't be active until about 2 weeks or something. I don't know if they fixed that, but the last time I checked, it doesn't kick in right away like Airbnb or VRBO. Now you have to collect the payment yourself. Stop, stop. You have to collect the payment yourself. And when you are collecting payment yourself, sometimes those people will act like the payment is like they'll give you fake, payment instruction and everything, give you fake ID. No, sorry, fake credit card and all that. But you might not be able to know if you don't have a good system or a way to get the payment right away that it will, so it's possible that someone would leave your house for a day or two before you realize that that person does not have a good payment information, or a valid one. Then
Yep.
you have to try to chase that person out, and even if that person leaves, he or she just paid a day or two for free. You know. Another thing is we see people come in and use someone else, but they come in and do party and like some funny things that so technically they violate your rule, the house rule.
Yep.
Sometimes
Yep.
those are the negatives. But I believe the positive are way more than the negative.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I know very very well that you know about my recent experience. The main reason why I decided to quit short time renting is because I have guests that come in and they did a party and literally got into a fight in the house, and they didn't even stop there. After they break my rule, they come on the street and started shooting in the neighborhood, and that caused a lot of how will I say, caused me a lot of stress, and it just doesn't worth it. So I will like basically advise our audience, if you want to do short time renting, make sure that your minimum night stay is more than 5. It
Yeah,
might sound ridiculous, but that will filter out the bad eggs that want to just come and stay at your place and have this party. Even if it is not 5 nights, three, 4 is fine, because that will still filter them. All these people that comes and do all these crazy things just want to be there for 1 night, 2 nights.
yeah,
So if you find someone that wants to stay 5 days, they know they're gonna get caught before the end of their time. So they are not even gonna be trying to be funny with you or stuff like
yeah.
that. So that would be my advice. Um, Ibrahim, we are running very close on time. So I will jump on to the next one, which is section 8.
Section, yeah.
Section 8 is the government funding, whereby the government is responsible for the payment of these guys, and they will put them in your apartment unit. You are dealing with the government directly. They will be the one that pays you monthly. uh, and one of the most secure ways in exit strategy is section 8, honestly, because you are dealing with the government cannot hold you money. I mean, there are cons to it, which is the kind of a people that they have in this program are not someone's that they have all these kind of challenges that they can destroy the property. They can started doing all the sort of things in the neighborhood and turning that neighborhood into a not so good neighborhood. So but the process, your income is steady. By the first of every month your check is going to be there. There's no eviction. There's all these other things that comes with other form of strategy. It's not there with section 8, but
Yeah.
you just have to. We are letting you know all this exit strategy for you to make informed decision. We are not saying one is better than the other,
Mm-hmm.
but it depends on your risk tolerance, which one you want to do, where you have the property. Because if I have property in an area that I know it supports section 8, I'm not going to do short time renter there. because it's not just going to work. Nobody wants to go into such neighborhood. So basically, Section 8 is a government program. It is steady. It is really reliable. The cons are, the neighborhood can started, seeing some traffic on stuff that are not there before. The property can get damaged and stuff like that. So that is basically. Do you have any addition to Section 8, Ibrahim?
Yeah, Section 8, you've really mentioned all the pros, and it's really a well stable, most in fact most stable kind of investment, in the sense that your payment is guaranteed. um when if someone should like damage your property, you also have a way to report them, to the Section 8. They also have their guidelines where you know you can evict one tenant, and Section 8 to find you another tenant, because they
Yep.
have people on their list, like waiting.
Absolutely.
People are
Absolutely.
waiting to
Yeah.
to get on there. So if you have a good Section 8 system, you probably won't. There will be no vacancy.
Yep.
Technically.
Yep.
Because everybody are just waiting for Section 8. I mean, people that are on Section 8, there's a short of housing for Section 8. That's my point. So
Yep.
not everybody waiting, to correct my word. So it's just that there's a long list. Anything that involves the government, we all know there's always a long list.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Section 8 is a good strategy if it works for you. In the, of course, not all area, not all houses will qualify for that, just because there's a cap to how much you can get with Section 8. And
Yep.
of course, you don't want to get a brand new house. You're paying maybe like 2,200 on your mortgage, and you want to do Section 8. It's probably not gonna work, because there's a cap. I don't know the exact amount, but it depends on the location, the state, and the start. Like, I think the more the family and all that. So, but you definitely need to make some research on that if you want to do Section 8. But Section 8, it is a great way to get going. If you get a
Yep.
good house, you follow their rules. They have their rules. Like, your house, it has to have all this carbon monoxide detector, smoke detector. Um, it has to, no. If there's flooding, you have to have flood insurance. All those rules. Follow it, and you get your pay every month.
That absolutely, absolutely. There are more to exit strategy depending on what you want to do. Actually, the last one on our list before we kind of just go over and mention few other ones that exist is rent by room. Ibrahim, do you want to go on the rent by room?
Yeah, read by Rome. It's really explained itself by saying read by Rome, So self-explanatory. So if you get like 5 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms, you can, you know, deliberately separate the rooms. Like, what I mean by that is, if it's something you can separate. If you cannot, you can label each room: room one, room two, room three. The living space, you design it in a way where everybody feel accommodated, everybody feel, eh, feels like that place is for them. Don't personalize it for one person. Okay. In such, another idea you can kind of explore is that the garage, since the garage is for two people, more in most cases. Or if you have the one that just that is just one car garage, if it's not up to three and you have three tenants, you cannot use it as a garage. You have to turn it to like a game room, or like a event, like a little relaxation area. Or you can make it a second kitchen.
Or even a
You
gym?
can, or a gym. Great. That's a good idea there. A gym. So that way nobody's feeling like tenant A or one, room one, is getting more. two is getting less, or three is getting extra more. You don't want that. So that's why you have to kind of do room by room. It's simply like making everybody feeling like they are, they are all empowered equally. They are all getting the same benefit. So when you divide those rooms, sometimes someone will have more just because the rooms one will be bigger. So that person will definitely pay more compared to others.
Yep.
But the general area, it will be equal. The rooms will definitely, and one person may have a bathroom in his or her room. So such a person will pay more than the rest of the two.
Yep.
Um, and that is okay. But the only place that the other thing that is not okay is when you don't really, make the living space for everybody to be equal, the garage equal, kitchen equal. That's when it might cost, some kind of drama. You don't want drama in your business.
Yep.
So try to make those like a general space for everybody, and things will be, uh pretty much okay with them, as long, and they make sure the other people knows that they know that the person in the bigger room or the person in the private bathroom is paying, excuse me, more than the ones that are sharing, if they have to share. Some places you don't have, nobody have to share, everybody have to be, everybody will have that private bathroom and everything, but
Yep.
it's not always like that.
Absolutely.
So just make sure people are aware, your tenant are aware that okay, this person is getting extra, but this person is paying so amount more than you. Okay.
Yep.
And the benefits are you get more cash flow. Imagine like you have three bedrooms, two full bathrooms, um, and person A have that kind of thing. Person B um, have three bedroom, two bathroom as well, but he's doing rent by room. Person B is doing just for a single family, just for single person. If that person gets $2,000, the one who is doing single, in most cases, the one that is doing individual will get more than 2,000, because it's like when you break the 2,000 into three, it's it, it's how much is that? It's about three, no, about three, about seven something. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, that's what each person will pay. If it's in a good area, good neighborhood, as long as you can get 2,000 for one person, like in a single family, definitely you get more than 2,000 for three people,
Yep.
because that means that place is a good area. So for somebody getting a room, they'll probably pay like 900, $1,000.
1,000 or more.
Yeah. So when you do that by three, you are getting more cash flow.
Yep.
So another thing is that people kind of caution themselves, like if you get good people, for example, let's say I'm tenant A, you B, the other person is C. If I'm not doing things right, tenant A or B might be able to say, oh, this is our living room, you cannot just
Yep.
drop this there, or you cannot just put something there. If you have good tenants, it kind of creates some kind of check and balance, because now I might feel like, okay, if I do this, tenant B may not like it. Let me do it right. Or
Yep.
tenant C will say, no, please, let's make sure we clean our area. And again, they are able to, in most cases, regulate who's gonna clean so place so time, or maybe who's gonna do, like, it just help with maintenance sometimes,
So,
versus one person staying there, nobody's observing them. That person feels like he or she got that place in entirety, and nobody is really seeing what is going on in the house. But when three people are there, three different people, sometimes it helps with the hygiene, the maintenance, and the way they utilize the house. Just because you know we all we care about what people say, towards us, even though we might say no, we don't care, this that. There's this subconscious mind that keep us in check, like, okay, if I do this, Ahmed will not like it. And let
yep.
me just do the right thing. And in a situation where I'm the only one, Ahmed is not there, I'll probably do it. Something, what makes it come to my mind, that means it's something that I might not see as a bad thing, or I might feel like When I get back from work, I'm gonna get it done, or I'm gonna take care of it. But because I know nobody's checking me, I'll just do okay, whatever. Nobody's, but
Nobody's looking.
yes, but so with three people in the same place, three different people, it helps sometimes to keep the house, in a good fit.
Okay.
Um, the bad side of it is that if they are not working together, if they are not, if they cannot tolerate each other, um, or they are not just, compatible by, maybe character or like, um you know maybe somebody liked to play music too loud, somebody is this, somebody is that, it might want to cause some kind of like argument and fight and all that. So it takes a good landlord that understand, what people would like to do, or again, it depends on the space. If you have a lot of space, you might have to, demarcate the space where people will have some more privacy. That way there's no too many fight going on, or so the cons is kind of deep depending on the situation of the house, how big it is, where it is, kind of people um you lease the house to and all that. But the cons is that, I mean, the pro is that you make more money compared to the regular leasing, you know
Yep.
so if you want to do rent by room, you have to look at the whole picture, see if it's going to work for you, because sometimes it involves um what do you call this, mediation. Like you have to get people and try to
You
settle
have to
the,
be involved more.
yeah, need more involvement. And you have to be a, what do you call these people that settle argument,
Uh,
and what do you I'm trying to think what the right word for this. You have
I
to be,
can't think of anything.
yeah, you have to be a good, yeah, not people that that like to settle argument and fight and everything. I forgot what it's called, but anyway, um red by room is a good strategy. One thing I want to add, that it's not, I think we haven't talked about this, is that you can even, another strategy is to sell your house. Now we don't like to preach that or talk about that, but sometimes when you want to buy a house, you already have that plan that, okay, you can do this, you can do that. When all these things will not work just because of the situation,
Yep.
you cannot do rent by room, you cannot do short term, you cannot do long term, you cannot do mid term, just because of some reason. Okay, you can have this strategy in mind that, what about if you spend 10,000 on this house and do some cosmetic remodeling, some valuable cosmetic remodeling, things that that people care about the most. Try to fix it, throw it on the market. You might be able to cash flow, like get a lot of um, money back, just
Yep.
because you've done what people are looking for. If it's three bedrooms, one bathroom, is there a way to add one more bathroom to it?
Yep.
You already have that in mind, but even though you haven't done it, but when it comes to that level and that's what you have to do, throw a bathroom in the house. That makes it three bedroom, two bathrooms.
Yep.
That costs you more money. Okay, it's two bathroom, two bedroom. Can you add one more room to it? Is it big enough? Yeah, if the house is so big, some houses are so big and they only have two rooms, two baths. Add another room, that makes it three bedroom, two baths.
Yep.
Then you're gonna cash out the money back, and you're gonna, it would definitely give you more room to get uh more purchase price.
Yep. So, thank you for that, Ibrahim. We really appreciate. So there are more exit strategies. There's corporate leasing where you lease to company,
Yeah.
whatever they do with it.
Hmm.
I mean, it's your business, but you still don't, you don't want to meddle with their business as long as you have a standard contract that's define what they can do and what they cannot do.
Yeah.
There is assisted living where this pretty much is close to company,
Yeah.
the renting to company as well, and all these other strategies that you can do. It is not limited to what we just discussed on here.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out. So
Mhm.
don't think, oh, these are the only five, or these are the only four they mentioned. These are just the general ones that is easy to go into as long as you keep a open mind. You keep a open mind in the sense that you don't just say, "Oh, I don't want to fix a toilet. Because of that, I'm not going to invest."
Yeah, you
You
can't
know,
do that.
if you are that kind of a person, we would like to see a change. You don't have to actually. Ibrahim, have you fixed any toilet since you started real estate?
Actually, I have, like, personally, me or somebody, or did I?
No, no, no.
Have
Like
I
you
brought a
actually use
solution?
your hand to fix the
Oh, no,
toilet.
no, 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 no. I have not.
Yeah,
I
why
don't
I
think I
asked.
will. I don't think I will. But
This
I've
is a
fixed
mentality that
toilet
people
before.
get stuck
Mhm.
in, So that's why I ask. And I never ever fix a toilet.
Yeah.
Not just sponging a toilet, that's fine, but like fixing a toilet, it got broken, then me patching it up or
Mhm.
replacing a toilet, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So there are professionals out there that take care of that for you.
Sure.
This is a business, remember, we don't want to be cheap.
Yeah.
So we are coming up to the top of the hour. Ibrahim, do you have anything for our audience before we go?
Um. Nothing really. I just remember. So mediator was the.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
You
The
actually mentioned it before you.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
people that mediate and try to settle conflict and all that without going to court and all that. Yeah,
yeah,
so that was what I was trying to. Yeah. So I don't have much to say. It's just that I want people to know that um we always say all this. This is the strategy. This is what to do. It's not just you've grabbing all this knowledge. You've probably heard another podcast and listened to other experts. Why don't you just get started? Why don't you just take the action? You cannot know everything when you start. We are giving you this information here, but trust us, you are still gonna face some challenges that you might have to call, Ahmed, or call me, or call someone else. Like, okay, hold on, I haven't seen this before. Ibrahim and Ahmed have not mentioned this before, because yeah, we cannot mention. It's so
everything.
large. Real estate is big. You know,
Yeah,
we are just trying to give you all the basics. Like, if you know all the basics to get you started, when you're doing, experience is the best teacher. We all know that.
absolutely,
This is not the first time you
absolutely.
hearing that. You've probably heard that before. Experience is the best teacher. Go out there and get started. It is not gonna be easy. We've been mentioning that, you know, but with time, you know, be practical, be open-minded. Try to, give it a try. Challenge yourself. If it's easy, everybody will be doing it today.
Of
But
course,
it, however, I want you to know it is not that hard though. It's the mindset.
it's not hard, anyways. It's not hard.
It's the mindset. It's like someone telling you, like, do what you like and you will never work again. If you like real estate, jump on it. You won't feel like you're doing anything.
Absolutely.
So, but how do you know what you like if you haven't even tried? Because some people, they wanna try this, they wanna see how it is, and they wanna get going on it and all that. But if you don't try, how do you even know if you like it, or if you're gonna scale up in this kind of business? First of all, just jump into it, make your ask questions, talk to experts, get all the basics, go back to all our videos. I'm sure you're gonna learn one or two things in all the videos. Gather those things together and get started. I mean, what do you have for us before we close?
Basically, I'm just gonna add to what you've said. You've said well. I mean, it's not about what you know; it is what you do. You know. So there's a difference between goal and a dream.
Yeah.
Dream is just your imagination, what you're
Mhm.
thinking in your head.
Mhm.
Dream is unreal. But the moment you had effort to
Mhm.
dream,
Yeah.
then it becomes goal.
Yes.
Because now you are pushing, you are putting that effort in
Yes.
to achieve your dream.
Mhm.
That dream is now your goal. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are learning everything, all these things that we are talking, other podcasts, you listen to Bigger Pockets, you listen to all these real estate podcasts, but you are not taking any action, it does no good.
Yeah.
That is why I said it is not what you know, it is what you do.
Yes. Well said.
So yeah, whatever you do, the efforts you put forward, that is what you expect a result on. That is what you expect a return on. If you are not putting forth any effort, you are just consuming. Actually, you are putting forth effort, but without taking
Oh.
action, it's not going to give any result really,
Mhm. Mhm.
because everything is still living in your head, and
Yeah.
which is where imagination lives.
Yeah.
Go out there, take action, call realtor, call
Investors.
lenders,
Mhm.
investors, call, just call professionals.
Mhm.
And the good part of this world is these people are eager to teach what they know.
Yeah,
But just
definitely.
because we don't ask questions, that is why we get stuck like, oh, it's not going to answer me, it's not going to do this, it's not going to do that. That is your thinking. Just DM me today and call someone and let that person turn you down
Okay.
first before you finally finalize that, oh, nobody is willing to help.
Mhm.
All these people I just mentioned, they are eager to explain what they do to you. They
Yeah.
are eager to learn where you are right now, and they are eager to help you get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
please and please, we want to see positive impact in all the knowledge we are sending out there.
Mhm.
Take advantage of it, and if you have more questions, reach out to us.
Yeah.
Reach out to someone that is an expert in this field. And just because someone called themselves an expert doesn't mean they are actually an expert. So uh, as much as we encourage you to go and meet an expert, I will encourage you to vet them as well. Ask them questions on
Yep.
how do you think they can help you.
Yep.
If they are just judging you or saying, oh, that is not possible, that is not possible, you might want to find someone else that
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
willing to make it happen.
Mhm.
Real estate investors are supposed to be a problem solver.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
on this note, thank you everyone for
Thank
joining.
you,
We really
guys.
appreciate you for stopping
Mhm.
by. We are going to be back next week, but until then, we see you. Bye.
Bye.